as the head coach, Terrell Christian. The normal head coach is not with the team for personal reasons.
Long Island in the home blues, Maine in the road whites. It is Nets basketball. We are underway. Here is Justin Jackson getting his first start of the season. Randall back out for Jackson, just 3 on the shot clock here. Little pump fake, misses the jumper. Adam Woodbury on the follow.
Nice patient set offensively for the Nets, and then the added bonus of Adam Woodbury underneath, able to clean it up and get the Nets on the board. Long Island only 8 players available as Bryce Brown absorbs an off goal. They were number 3 in field goal percentage, first in made three-pointers. Cooled down a bit as of late, but they are still very dangerous. The Nets will have to be outstanding defensively. Also, the fast break, Long Island continuing to live and die by that fast break. If they can run, they are very tough to beat. And then they also had MIA up there, a lot of people missing in action. We talked about the Nets without Josh Gray and Brandon Rochelle. Meanwhile, the Maine Celtics get a lot of their NBA talent back. A ton of guys signing 10-day contracts. Most of them are back and playing tonight for Maine.
Chris Clemens just added this morning to the roster, coming off a 10-day with the Atlanta Hawks. He'll come off the bench for Maine. Here's Zagorowski down the left side of the lane. Kicks up top for Randall. Now Justin Jackson, a corner 3, and the Nets out to a 5-0 start.
Justin Jackson has been excellent during the regular season here from beyond the arc. 14 of 33 coming into today's game. Just a hair under 43%, and a big triple there to get the Nets out to a 5-0 lead.
And Jackson has developed into a real nice 3-and-D wing for the Nets. Inside the finish for Deonte Burton, and the Celtics are on the board. This is a very experienced Maine Celtics starting lineup, Matt.
Kevin, 265 games of NBA experience comprise this Maine roster. Long Island Nets, the starting 5 out today, 0. No NBA games experience for Long Island.
And the one guy without any NBA experience, Eric Demers, knocks down the corner 3. Demers played his college ball at Division III Gordon College in Wenham, Massachusetts, and he's out there with 4 guys with quite a bit of NBA experience right now for the Celtics. Knocked out of bounds last off of Jack.
All-American, as you see the Nets losing the handle right there. Demers averaged 32 points per game as a senior at Gordon College. That'll get the attention of some NBA scouts for sure.
Hauser, one of the Celtics' two-way players. Pull-up mid-range jumper is short. The other two-way player, Broderick Thomas, not with the team today. He is up with the big club. Zagorowski, guarded by Demers. 2 former Massachusetts high school rivals. Here's Randall, kick out 3, Craig Randall from downtown.
Good ball movement here early for the Nets in the half-court set. That's a good sign. The ball not getting stuck in one place. No hero ball here for the Nets so far. Doing a nice job sharing the rock early.
Nets have made both of their early three-point attempts. Inside it is Burton drawing a foul.
Burton 6'4", 240, native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was an MVP in the Korean League back in 2018. Parlayed that into the opportunity with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Burton is a big, strong guard, 6'4", 240 pounds. Against College Park and Greensboro here at the Coliseum, but is coming off a nice game in the loss to Wisconsin on Friday. Had 21 points on 8 of 15 from the floor.
Still averaging just under 26 points in the regular season.
Fall-away jumper from Demers is no good. Jackson has the rebound, and the Nets looked to push there initially, but Bryce Brown couldn't handle it. Matt, you talked about getting out on the fast break. One of the keys here for Long Island today is Brown has his shot blocked by Cornett. And here is Morgan into the front court. Cornett, really good three-point shooter for a big man, and he shows it there.
7'2", out of Vanderbilt. Luke Cornett, who's played 136 NBA games in his career. Couple this year with Cleveland, also one with Milwaukee.
Justin Jackson again from downtown.
Between Jackson, Cornett, and Sam Hauser, you're going to see some big guys raining threes here this afternoon at the Coliseum.
Yeah, not to mention the guards, Bryce Brown, Marcus Zagorowski, and Craig Randall on the Long Island side. 3 guys near the top of the G League in three-point shooting as Hauser airballs one. And gives
3 as he scored 31 points in that game. Two-way was a big reason that the Celtics beat the Cleveland Charge in that game.
Zagorowski, a wing three. Nets have made
6 games today in the G League on the schedule, 12 in the NBA. We're playing here, obviously. The Brooklyn Nets get going 3 o'clock on the road at Cleveland, a special day, obviously nationwide, but also in the NBA, which just does such a good job recognizing Dr. King and his legacy on this day.
Luke Cornett attacking the rim, showing his ability outside and in these first couple of minutes. Made a 3 early, and now throwing down a big jam.
Cornett, one of those guys who's just come back from a 10-day contract. He came back to the Maine Celtics on Thursday.
Zagorowski, pull-up mid-range jumper is good. Marcus Zagorowski has an early 5 points.
Zagorowski coming off another double-figure performance against Wisconsin in that loss on Friday at 13.
Corner 3 in and out for Demers, and now Randall will push it. Finds Woodbury. Zagorowski goes up top to Randall, swung around to Crawford. Good look at a triple. Rattles out. The follow from Justin Jackson.
Great effort there from Justin Jackson. And even if that shot didn't go in, Kevin, I was going to say that was a possession that the Nets can live with. Great ball movement. The ball not getting stuck around. That was very nice there by the Nets.
Scorebug not updating at the moment. It is 18-12 Long Island. Under 6 now to play in the first quarter. We'll get that fixed for you as soon as we can. Here's Randall with a wing 3 off the mark, and the rebound chased down by Juwan Morgan.
Back-to-back possessions where Craig Randall was looking to push the pace for the Nets. Celtics doing a good job getting back.
And Demers on the other end from downtown. There are some shooters in this game this afternoon. A combined 7 made threes already.
Maine shot it at 39% during the Showcase Cup portion of the schedule from beyond the arc, number 1 in the entire G League. So no surprise, they're bombing away here early.
Crawford has it on the wing. Fall away jumper at the horn, misses everything. And here comes Morgan into the front court. Kick out for Hauser. He'll take the triple. Sam Hauser from downtown, and we're tied at 18 at the Coliseum this afternoon. Missed just a couple of possessions, and it is still an 18-18 tie here with about 4 minutes to play in the first quarter between Maine and Long Island. Chris Clemens, back from a 10-day contract with the Atlanta Hawks, in the game here for the Celtics. Inside, John Bohannon. Nice finish off the bounce pass inside.
Yeah, beautiful 2-man game between Dangadell and Bohannon.
And the Celtics have a 2-point lead here, 20-18. Jordan Crawford splitting the trap, going right to the rim. That was a pretty take from Jordan Crawford.
Third game the Nets have had Jordan Crawford. That's, I think, his nicest take. You've seen him settle for a lot of jump shots here in the early going for Crawford, but that was pretty, splitting the double team and getting to the rack.
Here's Clemens, a deep 3 off the mark. And Wayne Blackshear chases down the rebound for Long Island. These two teams have combined 8 of 17 from 3 here in the early going. Bryce Brown will try another, in and out, and knocked out of bounds by Zana.
Available for today's game, so Talib Zana going to have a big impact in his second game with the Long Island Nets. Played only 7 minutes in his debut the other night.
A whistle and a foul here on Long Island. Trouble is a concern when you only have 8 guys. Just 3 team fouls so far, so nothing to be concerned about yet, but certainly something to keep an eye on here as this game moves along. Bohannon has it inside, can't finish off the window, gets his own rebound back up. Good work from John Bohannon.
The Celtics have a couple of 7-footers, and Bohannon isn't even one of them, 6'11". So definite size advantage for the Maine Celtics. They can rotate 3 guys 6'11" and taller out of the lineup today.
Zagorowski, baseline, kick out, Crawford, extra pass, Blackshear. He'll drive it, bouncing inside for Zana, and Talib Zana will head back to the free throw line.
Right now in Talib Zana, Wayne Blackshear, and Jordan Crawford. Again, remember, these guys just thrown into the fray, really,
Yep.
So any opportunity that the Nets have for practice time, they'll take. Turned out it was this morning, maybe around 10 or 11 o'clock, and they were really just kind of introducing some more plays, getting a little bit more in-depth in the playbook for these 3 guys.
Clemens in the corner, whistle before the shot. He stepped on the side. 22 apiece, our score. A little over 2 to play first quarter here at the Coliseum. Craig Randall drives it left side. Swung around to Zana. A long 2 is short. Deontay Burton has it deflected by Randall, and Blackshear can't keep it inbound this season. Between the Showcase Cup and in the regular season, that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're new to G League basketball, these games are often high scoring, usually in the 120s and 130s, so holding an opponent under 100 is impressive, and to do it 7 times is very impressive.
And number 1 in the 14-game Showcase Cup. Oh, a missed underneath there. And also, like you said, Kevin, continuing here into the regular season, still number 1 in points per game allowed. They do a lot of things well, this Maine Celtics team, offensively and defensively.
Kick out to Crawford. A good look at a triple. Leaves it short. Zana has the offensive rebound, but he stepped on the baseline, and that'll be a Long Island. Switching defenses as well. Might see some zone at times today from the Celtics.
Yeah, he said that they've seen a lot of that from Maine, particularly lately, and credits it being both a veteran team but also a very smart team, able to do those things on the fly. So we'll see as the game goes on what kind of different looks the Celtics can throw at the Nets here.
Bohannon has had the hot hand off the bench. He's up to 6 points, and the Celtics take a 2-point lead.
Bohannon, a veteran of 160-plus G League games.
Craig Randall takes it inside, high off glass. Talked about it over the last week or so. Adam Caporn more impressed by Craig Randall's playmaking than even his scoring ability in the regular season.
You're certainly not going to score 40 every night, but you can always get your teammates involved.
Clemens misses another jumper. About a 7-second difference here between shot and game clock in the quarter. It is tied at 24. Jordan Crawford down to 10 to shoot. Working right, finds Blackshear. Good look at a 3 off the, he banked it in, Wayne Blackshear. Now Crawford a steal off the inbounds. He can't finish. Ball is loose. Comes down to Hauser. Sam Hauser racing up ahead with the left hand. Can't finish. Randall the rebound. He will heave it up at the horn. Nearly goes for Craig Randall.
People to talk to, and on a day like today, what an important honor for them. I know Julius Pierce, I've spoken to him a couple of times. First African-American police officer in the history of the Freeport Police Department, something he's very proud of. And they do a good job, the Nets do, of bringing through some school programs and young kids, and Joycetta and Julius do a great job teaching them all about the African-American experience here in Nassau County.
And the Long Island Nets do a great job in the community, involved with so many different organizations here in Nassau County. We'll talk to the Vice President of Business Operations here for the Nets, Alton Bird, at halftime, a little bit about some of their initiatives in the community and what they've done today to honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So we'll have that coming up for you at halftime. Yeah, that happened right as we were having some of those technical difficulties. So unsure if you saw it, if you're watching at home right now, but Justin Jackson, again, was slow to get up behind the play. Neither of us really saw exactly what happened there, but as you mentioned, Matt, you see over on the training table, they're looking at his left leg right now. And you hope for the best for Justin. And for this shorthanded Long Island team, only 8 available players today as of now, down to 7 with Jackson sidelined for the moment.
Beginning of the regular season, they were routinely playing 8 players, and really on those a lot of nights, 7 guys really seeing the bulk of those minutes. So the Nets played a ton of minutes at the beginning of this month, kind of cooled things down, got back to normal a little bit, but here they are again, back in the same. Still, Raekwon Gray is in health and safety protocol, so the Nets are right back where they were at the beginning of this month, really playing shorthanded. So I guess you can look at it in a positive note. They have experience playing with just 7 guys.
Yep. Cornette looking inside, knocked away by Blackshear. And here comes Craig Randall turning on the Jets. Randall going to the rim. Could not get it up around Cornette, but a free throw is good for Randall. He's up to 7 points here in the early going, and the Nets lead is 5.
So far, a terrific effort on both ends of the floor by the Long Island Nets, considering how shorthanded they are and how experienced this Celtics team is.
Chris Clemens from downtown his first bucket. Maine has made 5 threes, so has Long Island. It's back to a 2-point game.
Kevin Clemens playing his first game with the Celtics since December 21st.
Randall leaves a 3 short, chases down his own rebound. Out to Brown. Now Blackshear will take the triple.
And Craig Randall has been all over the floor, both offensively and defensively for the Nets, running the transition game, that time stealing a possession with the offensive rebound.
Tough finish from Juwan Morgan on the other end, powering his way inside. Now Brown out for Blackshear. Takes it baseline, turns it over to Demers. Up ahead, Deng Adele in transition lays it in.
Deng Adele, the former Long Island Net, played 29 games with the Nets back in the 1920 season.
We saw him have a nice chat with Long Island GM Matt Riccardi before the game. Two guys happy to see each other.
Deng Adele was a fun player here with the Nets. Usually good for a highlight reel jam or two every night.
And he is got a ton of athleticism, does Deng Adele, as the Nets commit their 7th. Adam Caporn talked to Coach about that before the game. Said he came to some camps, some tryouts. Did not make the national team, but he does have a little bit of experience coaching Deng Adele. As Cornette bowls over Wayne Black.
6'2", about 250 pounds, running over Wayne Blackshear. He's no small guy in his own right.
Bryce Brown, a good look at a 3.
Bryce Brown is certainly a candidate to heat up. That's his first bucket of the game. A player who goes down in Maine Celtics lore. Had one of the great shooting games in NBA G League history, was 11 for 11 from 3 as a member of the Maine Celtics a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we know Bryce can get hot. No surprise there. And that was quite a game for him as a member of the then Maine Red Claws.
Yeah, that was historic heat. Nobody in G League history has ever done an 11 for 11.
Randall will take the step back 3. It's good.
There's a guy who knows a thing or two about recent historical heat. Craig Randall, up to 10 points, leading all scorers.
And the Nets have made 8 first-half threes, Matt. They are hot from downtown, 8 out of 16. Bohannon nearly turned it over to Randall. Now the Nets come up with it. It's Woodbury up ahead for Brown. He'll take the transition 3. Timeout.
Here today, but the Long Island Nets that are available and are on the floor are doing a heck of a job here against a very talented Maine Celtics team.
And that 3-point shooting, a big reason why they have a 10-point lead here, just about midway through the second quarter. And this is a Celtics team that can really shoot it from deep as well, as Sam Hauser on the drive. Did they count? Sam Hauser started his college career at Marquette, finished last year at Virginia. 16 points per game and an ACC first-teamer a year ago.
He's played 7 games with the Boston Celtics. Last NBA action back on January 8th in a game against the Knicks. But Hauser, another one of these guys who has returned this G League roster.
Burton on the drive, has it knocked away by Zana. Bryce Brown ahead of the pack, and the pass couldn't meet him.
A good transition opportunity for the Nets there. Didn't connect, but still you got to love the philosophy and the energy that you're seeing from the Nets on both ends of the floor here early in the first half.
Morgan backing down Crawford. Count it and 1. I like Juwan Morgan, who brings a little bit more size. So does Deng Adele than anybody else the Nets can throw out there.
It's going to be a point of emphasis for sure for the Nets, and maybe an adjustment at halftime for the Celtics as they try to find the key here, getting back into this game.
As I say that, Wayne Blackshear up off the bench as Zana is fouled by Morgan. Zagorowski wanted to take it. I believe the officials are making Zana take it because he was the one who was fouled.
Good way to describe as Burton tried to work his way through that screen from Talib Zana.
Randall will take a straightaway 3. Rims out. Rebound tapped around, grabbed by Bohannon.
Bohannon and Burton sharing a laugh as the two of them battled for that rebound.
Here is Burton driving on Zagorowski, and Marcus Zagorowski.
And a foul called.
Clemens looking inside for Hauser, couldn't handle the pass, and that'll be the 9th Maine.
Well, the Celtics coming off a game against Cleveland where they turned it over 23 times. That's a season high. So sloppy play of late out of this Celtics team, and continuing here this afternoon with those 9 turnovers.
Jordan Crawford looking inside for Zana, poked away by Bohannon. Here comes Morgan. Kick out. Clemens a wing 3. Rims out.
Nets got away with one there. They completely forgot about Clemens.
Here's Randall working inside. Kick out Blackshear for a good look at a 3. The Nets keep creating good looks from downtown.
It's Craig Randall running the show there. He is the creator. Usually a job that you see Josh Gray fill. Again, unavailable today with an injury. Now it's Randall getting into the paint. Draws the attention of the defense and finding his teammates open for a 3, and another turnover here by Maine.
A little bit uncharacteristic in this first half from the Celtics. Not a team that's usually careless with the basketball, as this one goes off a foot. They average as a
regular season, 3 games worth for the Celtics.
Now, we mentioned earlier this Celtics team with a couple of guys coming back today from stints in the NBA, as Crawford can't knock down the fadeaway. They have a couple of guys who haven't come back because they are still up in the NBA. Theo Pinson, the former legendary Long Island Net, was a Maine Celtic to start the year. He's now on a 2-way with the Mavericks. And Ryan Arcidiacono, very good player who's got a ton of NBA experience, and of course, a national champ at Villanova, is on a 10-day with the Knicks.
And also Jayshawn Page signed a 10-day with the Detroit Pistons. He has been returned to the Celtics, but he's in health and safety protocol.
So this Celtics team, from that start they had in the Showcase Cup, still missing quite a bit of firepower.
You know, earlier in the season, Kevin, when the Nets traveled to Maine, I spoke with Nets assistant coach Jimmy Oakman about what he expects from this Maine team, and he told me that caliber of player that they have, and when you extrapolate that a little bit, just how good the Nets have done here to be leading by 6 with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
It's been their hot three-point shooting, 10 of 19 from deep in this first half for Long Island. 10 of their 16 made field goals have been threes.
Keep one eye on that foul total.
Yep.
Could be critical as this game unfolds.
Hauser is up to 8 points as he makes the free throw. And the Long Island lead now at 4. Crawford. It's a screen from Woodbury. He'll drive it. Jordan Crawford, nice take.
Love seeing Jordan Crawford get into the paint. Again, taking a ton of jump shots in his first 2 games with the Nets. That's now a couple nice drives as Sam Hauser answering at the other side.
Now Hauser is a marksman from deep. That's his second made 3, and he's the first Celtic into double figures with 11. Bryce Brown on the other end with a triple, in and out.
Celtics do a good job stepping out and contesting on that 3.
Burton, kick out. Hauser will try another. This one short, but the rebound chased down by Burton. Now Demers on the other side for 3. That one short as well. Tapped around. Demers has it. Hauser will take it baseline now. We'll try the floater. Too much on it. And Wayne Blackshear pulls it away from Adele.
Wonder how much tired legs contributing to those offensive rebounds for Maine.
And Craig Randall.
Never tired.
Never tired.
Never tired.
Right to the rim.
Randall already 20 minutes played in this game. Man, what an asset he has become for the Long Island Nets here in the month of January.
And I think that sums it up. He's always got the energy. Always a guy looking to push the pace when they and Justin Jackson left earlier with an injury. We've seen him go back to the locker room, I believe. So as of now, just 7 available bodies, and now Adam Woodbury in a bit of foul trouble. The Nets still do lead it by 5 here, approaching halftime at the Coliseum. Randall takes it right side. Kick out for Brown. He'll drive it. Bryce Brown, the underhanded scoop off the backboard. Looked like that was a pass to himself. Didn't work out. Now, Demers out to Burton to the rim.
Good recognition by Burton as Brown was slow to get back in transition, so a power play of sorts for the Maine Celtics, and Burton elevating to throw it down.
Little over a minute to play. Crawford working right. Jordan Crawford, mid-range pull-up is good. That is the old school game there from Jordan Crawford.
And the Nets are going to need a special effort from Crawford, a guy who can historically score the basketball, 33 years old and longtime NBA veteran, trying to make his way back here in the G League.
Demers from downtown. Eric Demers has made 3 threes. Celtics are within 2. 2 for 1 chance here for the Nets. Randall will take advantage with a long 2, but he can't knock it down. Deng Adel has the rebound. And it's taken away by Crawford. Good defensive awareness there from the veteran Jordan Crawford. Crawford up to 10 first half points. About a 1 second difference here between shot and game clock in the half. Down to 5 on the shot clock for Burton. Burton, kick out. Adele, he'll drive it. Up top, Burton, extra pass. Hauser, did he get it off in time? He does not. It is a shot clock violation here for the Nets. Randall turns it over to Adele, and he will not get a shot up before the buzzer, though he made it, but did not get it off in time. Jarrell Christian. Maine basketball here to open up the third. They are in the road whites, Long Island in the home blues, and we are underway. Thanks for sticking with us here on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day Monday matinee. Deontay Burton, the first bucket of the third quarter for the Celtics.
And a different starting 5 for the Nets, as they have Crawford and Blackshear on the floor to start. Blackshear was not a starter.
And neither was Crawford. It was Marcus Zagorowski and then Justin Jackson, who left the game in that first half with an injury. And I would think at this point we will not see him for the rest of the day. We haven't gotten official wording yet from the Nets, but Jackson went out, has not returned, and do not see him right now on the Nets bench.
When I spoke to Jimmy Oakland there at halftime, and I asked him about being shorthanded, he did say we have 6 players available, so he's in a good sign. So not exactly sure what happened to Marcus, but there is a chance that the Nets only have 6 players here for the second half, Kevin.
And Adam Woodbury has 3 fouls, so it's going to be a grind here in the second half for the Nets to try to get over the hump. And the Celtics with the first couple here of the third quarter to tie it at 56. Randall, he'll take a straightaway 3. Craig Randall putting the Nets back on top.
Started that possession with a nice entry pass to Adam Woodbury. Woodbury didn't love it, got it back out, and it's Randall hitting the 3.
Well, I know the offense is going to run through Randall, especially with the Nets shorthanded. He's 5 of 15 from the floor, but has made 3 threes. Demers draws a foul.
Pretty pass there.
32 points per game in his final season at Division III Gordon College in Massachusetts. 24-year-old in his rookie season in the G League. Randall down the left side. The floater rattles out. Rebound comes down to Burton. Deontay Burton, kick out to Cornette for a wing 3, in and out. Deontay Burton, if you can see it on your screen, sporting some bright pink shoes this afternoon. Yeah, certainly hard to miss as Brown misses the jumper. Demers, a transition 3 off back iron, no. Hauser chases it down, back to him. Demers right at the 7'1" Woodbury, gets his own rebound, count it, and 1. How about that from the 6'1" Eric Demers?
Better job on the defensive boards. That is one place when you're shorthanded that you cannot lose. Celtics back on top.
Crawford, he'll take the mid-range pull-up. Jordan Crawford starting to heat up. His best game as a Net so far. He's up to 12 points.
Between Crawford, Randall, and also Bryce Brown, that's where the offense is going to come from here for Long Island.
Burton. Kick out. Hauser in the corner. in and out, and Crawford has the rebound.
Crawford, nice job defensively stepping out on the main three-point shooters.
And Crawford is fouled by Burton. As you mentioned, Matt, they certainly have three guys who can create shots and create offense, but it's about keeping them fresh here in the second half. Crawford down the left side, turning in the lane. Woodbury pump fakes on the jumper, takes it over Cornette, can't finish. Blackshear on the offensive glass. Brown gets tripped up.
Bryce Brown steps back up. That was a little scary there as Brown kind of crumbled to the ground.
Like
he's okay.
Yeah, rolled his ankle a bit there. But it is okay. Cornette looking for Hauser. Knocked out of bounds.
14 to shoot for the Celtics.
Hauser, open three, is short. Sam Hauser now 2 of 6 from deep.
And Hauser's had a couple good looks here in the third quarter, unable to hit on him.
Randall. Inside for Woodbury. Now Blackshear. Wayne Blackshear bullying his way inside and draws a foul. There did Wayne Blackshear to create the contact. One for two, and Blackshear into double figures with 11. Hauser takes it baseline over Crawford. Nifty finish there from Sam Hauser. Now Craig Randall going around the world underneath the hoop, but can't finish. Randall just 5 of 17 from the floor so far today. Inside, Hauser by himself. The Long Island defense falling asleep. Adam Caporn wants the
strategic timeout right there because the Nets got tired on that last possession, got caught standing around, and it led to an easy bucket to give the Celtics a 2-point lead. And again, hitting the reset button is going to be huge for the Nets.
Out of the timeout, a good look for Bryce Brown from downtown. Nets have made 12 threes. Brown has 3 of them, and they're back in front.
Nicely drawn up play there by the Nets after the timeout to get Bryce Brown open for a corner triple.
Hauser down the right side. Sam Hauser is up to 17.
Hauser starting to heat up here in the second half.
Randall for Woodbury. He'll put it on the floor. Adam Woodbury draws a foul.
Contributions on the glass, 11 rebounds a game in the regular season for Adam Woodbury.
Randall down the left side, out to Brown. He'll take the 3. Bryce Brown again from downtown.
Well, between Randall and Brown working together, that was pretty. And Bryce Brown starting to heat up. He struggled the other night from 3, just 1 of 8 from beyond the arc.
Clemens in the game. He'll take the 3. Chris Clemens connects from downtown.
That high arcing 3 from Chris Clemens, his second make from deep, up to 6 points.
1-point Celtic lead. Crawford will drive it. Jordan Crawford, another mid-range jumper. He is starting to feel it from that mid-range.
Yes, he is. A couple nights ago, seemingly nothing going down for Jordan Crawford. He did better on Friday night and having his best game as a Long Island Net here on Monday.
Foul inside on Bryce Brown.
In the second half.
Off the miss. Brown front court right. And he's fouled by Burton. Brown. Guarded by Clemens. He'll shoot over the top of him, and he's fouled. Chris Clemens a little too.
Shooting at just 60% from the line in the regular season.
1 for 3 for Bryce Brown, and you don't see those as often, but even more important than your 1 for 2, or when you get those chances for 1 for 3, Bryce Brown converts, and the Nets are in front by 4. Clemens will take a step back three over Blackshear. High arcing from Chris Clemens.
We've seen that all afternoon from Clemens. Smallest guy on the floor, 5'9". Got quite an arc on that three-pointer, and he's made good on now 3 of them.
And there is a reason why Chris Clemens has played NBA games at 5'9". He can score with the best of them. Jordan Crawford, fall away mid-range is short. Deng Adel has the rebound. Adel has it poked away by Blackshear. Kicks out for Crawford. Good hustle there from Blackshear. Crawford can't knock it down. All the way up ahead, Bohannon was behind the defense by himself. (75-74). Celtics on top. Here's Randall working on Clemens, and he pulled his arm right around Chris Clemens there. A little bit of
back on defense. Maine playing with 8 players. Usually that's a handicap. Tonight it's a luxury. Long Island only 6 available at this moment here in the third quarter.
Hauser misses the 3. Randall up top, Blackshear. He'll drive it. Wayne Blackshear to the rim, draw the contact, and he'll go to the free throw line. Free throw no good from Blackshear, just the second miss for the Nets this afternoon. Clemens, elbow, fall away jumper, no. Randall has it, and the Nets kind of being forced here, Matt, to play a little bit more in the half court, just don't have the bodies to get up and down. Here's Randall with a head of steam, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Shear and Talib Zana and Jordan Crawford, who are still learning the playbook for the Long Island Nets. Had practice this morning to put in a few more offensive sets, and now you've got those 3 guys on the floor, along with 2 regulars from Long Island, and Craig Randall and Bryce Brown.
Well, Craig Randall is over 30 minutes already. He got about a 2-minute rest in the first half, and you imagine he's not getting another one for the rest of the game. So as Hauser knocks down the 3, we're looking at about a 46-minute night for Craig Randall. He's got 17 points. Hauser has 20. As Randall going right back to the rim.
Well, he might play 46 minutes, but it'll look like he's playing 25 because Craig Randall just does not show any sign of fatigue.
Yeah, the condition that Craig Randall is in is pretty incredible. As an offensive
effort here from the Nets in the third quarter, scratching and clawing to keep pace with the Celtics.
Brown, a straightaway 3 off back iron, and it drops.
Oh, a couple of those help too. What a bounce, home roll for Bryce Brown.
Little shooter's touch for Brown, his 5th made 3, and Alex Barlow. It is Celtics basketball out of the timeout. And the Nets going with a rare too big look here because they have no other option. This is Blackshear getting a rest, and it's Zana and Woodbury in the game together. Foul on the floor. And Cornette, only 8 points, but has been really difficult, as you mentioned, Matt, for Long Island to handle inside. Makes the free throw. 1 point lead now for Long Island. Randall off for Crawford. Jordan Crawford along 2. Oh boy, Crawford getting hot for the Nets. He's up to 16. This is best game by far with Long Island. Here's Clemens, another 3, in and out. Zana has the rebound.
Crawford, no doubt, a comforting veteran presence for this Nets team as they search for the winning formula shorthanded against the Celtics.
Crawford again. The lefty scoop shot, no. Zana on the offensive glass. Count it and 1.
Great offensive rebound there for Zana. Didn't go right up right away. And
far today. Misses the free throw. Burton, a powerful rebound. Hands off for Clemens. Chris Clemens driving right by Blackshear, draws a foul.
That was a mismatch. Clemens,
Matt, I told you before the game I'd ask you this on the air. Do you know the top 2 scorers in NCAA history?
All right, so I didn't cheat. Is one Pete Maravich?
Correct, he's number 1.
And is Lou Alcindor number 2?
He is not.
Okay.
Jordan Crawford misses the 3. It's Freeman Williams.
Okay.
Is the second all-time leading scorer. So Chris Clemens has the most points.
Third all-time leading scorer in NCAA history. And I resisted looking that up all afternoon because you told me you were going to ask me.
Cornette up ahead for Hauser, just waiting for the right opportunity to do it. As here's Brown for Randall. Transition 3 is short. Blackshear chases it down. Back to Randall. Bouncing for Blackshear. Blackshear, the reverse. Didn't have enough of an angle there to get it underneath the rim. Now Hauser. Thought it was a travel there. Didn't get called. And Clemens is fouled by Crawford. Clemens, good 1 for 2. 85-82 our score. Here's Crawford, has it pulled away by Burton, and there's a jump ball.
We're under so much adversity here, particularly in the second half against the Celtics. That's another turnover there for Maine.
Aquan Gray still in health and safety protocols. So the injury list is long here for the Nets, but they're still trying to overcome it and pick up what would be a very big win here this afternoon.
And for the Celtics, no shortage of stars here on their roster available to play.
Hauser has it taken away, or takes it away, I should say, from Zana. Up ahead for Clemens. Back to Hauser, a wide open 3. Rims out. Sam Hauser has just not been able to find it. Just 3 of 10 from deep. Here's Crawford driving by him. Fall away jumper is short. Zana the offensive rebound, and he'll go back to the free throw line.
Another look at Zana doing the dirty work. 10 rebounds already, and he's up to 8 points.
And Zana has done a real nice job off the bench for the Nets. Closing in on that double-double, as you mentioned, Matt. And gives them a 5-point lead. Cornette. Backdoor cut, Burton, kick out. Demers, a wide open 3, is off the mark. Crawford has the rebound, and the Nets will hold for the final shot.
That was pretty offense from the Celtics, just couldn't convert on the 3.
Randall down to 3. Randall splitting the trap. Throws one up and gets it at the horn.
The Nets with a little more to go.
The reigning G League Player of the Week, Craig Randall, up to 21 points. He's played 34 minutes and 7 seconds through 3 quarters and will likely play the full final 12 here of the 4th. Looking at a 46-minute night, and here he's going back to the free throw line. Is the game's high scorer, and he makes it.
Randall over 20 points now for the 6th time in 7 regular season games.
Demers off to Bohannon. Bouncing inside. Morgan off the window, won't go. This is just one off of Long Island's largest lead of the game. It was 10 earlier on as Brown, a mid-range pull-up, in and out. Bohannon will step into an open 3. That won't go. Randall has the rebound. Randall looking inside for Woodbury, has it taken away by Bohannon. Blackshear, some good defense there, but Morgan has it back. Now Bohannon throws it away to Brown.
And Jordan Crawford telling Bryce Brown, put the brakes on, young fella. Play this 1.5 court set.
A half-court offense has been an issue at times for the Nets, and it will have to be good here in the 4th quarter as Randall slips inside, kick out Crawford, corner 3.
That was pretty from the Nets. Unselfish, beautiful feed in the corner to Crawford, who buries the open triple, and the lead is 12 for the Nets, and a timeout for the Maine Celtics.
Let freedom ring.
Back underway at the Coliseum. Nets lead it by 12 here early 4th quarter. See what the Celtics draw up here out of that last timeout. Hauser on the drive. Driving at Woodbury, can't finish. The follow won't go. Loose on the floor. Bounces out to Adele, a whistle beforehand.
On the floor, the hustle plays when they have every reason not to. The amount of games that the Nets have played in recent days, the games that they've played shorthanded, and then down to just 6 players here for the majority of this game. It's it boils dig deep, and the Nets have done obviously a fine job of it here in the second half with their backs against the wall, building a 12-point lead. Now they just got to protect it here with 10 minutes to go.
Adele up top for Cornette. Now Hauser bouncing back to Cornette for a wide open jam.
Little give and go there. Cornette to Hauser. Returns the favor. Cornette with 12 points.
Randall out to Crawford. Now Blackshear. He'll take the straightaway 3. Rims out. Woodbury on the offensive glass. Back up, can't finish. Now Burton. Working on Woodbury, looking for a cutting Adele. Poked away, Randall has it.
Bryce Brown with a hand in the passing lane.
Randall double teamed, works through it. What a pass to Brown in the opposite corner, who can't knock down the 3.
Oh, what a pass from Craig Randall. I mean, he was in the coffin corner there, surrounded by 2 guys, and a bullet to the open man.
Inside, Morgan by himself, and the Celtics continue to chip away here. It's down to 8.
You can see the Nets. The Nets are tired. You know that they're going to hit the wall at some point here. Can they keep the Celtics at bay and get a couple buckets on the offensive end?
Crawford, another mid-range jumper.
Jordan Crawford's a good candidate to do so. He can beat you inside. He can beat you outside.
And this is where you rely on some of that old school. As Cornette misses the 3 game from Jordan Crawford, a guy who's been around. We know he can score at every level. Just kind of lull you to sleep there with the mid-range jumper. And here he has it, but could not handle the pass from.
Take a shot. Still not a bad look, just unfortunately couldn't connect with Crawford.
Hauser around a screen for 3. It's short. Sam Hauser continues to struggle from downtown. Uncharacteristic for him. He's 3 of 11. Now Randall, a full head of steam. Cornette got a piece of that one. Morgan turns on the Jets the other way for Hauser. Back to Morgan.
Pretty back-to-back give and go there in transition for the Celtics. Again, chipping away.
Back to an 8-point Long Island lead as they continue to work the shot clock here on this end.
And the Celtics only have 8 players, but they are just that much more fresh than the Nets.
Blackshear out to Brown, couldn't handle it.
Talib Zana could be
a little fresh body as Morgan got behind the defense. Nobody was ready for that.
No.
And Adam Caporn wants the Nets have left in the tank here. Craig Randall, a game-high 23 points. Running the point. Now Crawford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Crawford will take the 3 over Cornette. Rims out. Rebound comes down to Deontay Burton.
Woodbury has to be careful, playing with 4 fouls. Mixing it up down low for that offensive board.
Out to Morgan for a 3, off back iron, no. Burton has it. Now Adele will try it from downtown, and he knocks it down.
Saw that a couple times in the first half, those long rebounds off of a 3-pointer by Maine. That time getting a second opportunity, and Bang Adele makes the Nets pay.
Bryce Brown at the free throw line, kicks for Crawford. He'll drive it out to Randall for 3. Craig Randall from deep.
Up to 26 points for Craig Randall when the Nets have needed a bucket. In the month of January, the ball has found its way to number 12, and another big 3 there for Randall and the Nets.
Cornette, tightly guarded by Woodbury. Now Adele to his left. Back out to Cornette for a 3. Luke Cornette can't answer. Comes out to Hauser. Back to Cornette. Now Adele. Kick out. Morgan looking inside Cornette. over the top there of Talib Zana.
You're seeing the multifaceted game there from Luke Cornett, big man who likes to play above the perimeter and shoot the three. Well, that time, nice soft touch inside.
Randall, another three, rattles home.
Yeah, the Nets will give up a bucket on their end, but if they can trade threes for twos, I think they'll take it. Craig Randall, another huge triple.
He's up to 29 and 5 made threes. Nets have made 17 in the game. Adele in the corner. Can't knock it down. Loose ball knocked out of bounds and will go to Long Island.
Bryce Brown in the third quarter got a favorable bounce, and Craig Randall here in the fourth getting that home roll.
Randall brings it back outside. He'll take another three. Craig Randall is feeling it.
Unconscious. Craig Randall is red hot for the Long Island Nets. 3 in a row for Randall. And you better believe the Celtic question star of the Long Island Nets is Craig Randall. Taking the G League by storm here over the last week or so.
Yeah, from local 2, he's made 6 threes, has 7 rebounds, up to 32 points, and has the Nets in front by 10. Hauser for 3, rattles out, and Zana has another rebound.
Nice play there, drawn up after the timeout by the Celtics, unable to convert. The threes just have not been falling for Maine.
Brown, kick out, Blackshear, a corner 3, their 19th make of the afternoon.
It's been that kind of a night for the Long Island Nets. Tired legs, tired everything, but the Nets have been exceptional shooting the ball from distance.
Hauser down the right side, high off glass. Sam Hauser up to 20.
Pull it off. Got to imagine they'll look to burn some clock here with each possession going forward.
Celtics change of their defense here. Looks like a 1-3-1 they come out of the timeout in. Randall will just shoot over the top of it, nearly knocked out another. That went in and out for Craig Randall. Adele on the other end in the corner takes it baseline, and there's a foul. Looks like Hauser lobs one up for Cornett, able to tap it away from Zana and lay it in.
Hauser knows he caught a break there. I think he was in between making that pass or not, and it just happened to find its way to Cornett for the bucket.
Here is that 1-3-1 zone again. Crawford back to Randall. He'll drive it. Randall able to split through the middle and jams it home.
A little exclamation point for Craig Randall, the one-man zone defense wrecking crew. A huge slam there for Randall, the Energizer Bunny for the Nets.
He's up to 34. Cornett on the other end.
Well, with Maine in the zone, it'll give the Nets time to pass it around. It looks like they are out of the zone here.
Bryce Brown.
So back to man here for Maine.
Down the right side, draws some contact, and Brown draws the foul.
Putting on a show here for the fans that turned out on MLK Day. Best crowd of the year for the Nets this season, and what's got to be the best effort for Long Island.
Randall bounces it off of a Maine foot. What a way to bounce back for the Nets.
It's been a roller coaster for the Nets.
Another 3 for Randall, off back iron, no.
And they've got 2:20 to try to close this one out. By
Adele?
no means a comfortable margin against the Celtics.
Taken away by who else but Craig Randall. Draws a double team. Celtics trying to get the ball out of Randall's hands, and Adam Caporn will take a timeout.
But so far tonight, the Nets are 8 of 11 from the free throw line. That game up in Canada last week, the Nets really struggled down the stretch from the free throw line, left a ton of points at the line, and allowed the 905 to creep back into that game.
Out of the timeout, it's Brown, a corner 3, which is short, chasing after his own rebound, comes away with it. Good effort there from Bryce Brown.
And they'll slow it down again.
Crawford to the right. Out for Blackshear. Inside Woodbury, pretty feed, and he draws a foul. Actually count the basket there at the backboard. That is a good call from the officials.
Yeah, maybe some frustration there from Burton as Woodbury got around him. I'm not sure if Woodbury would have made that bucket even if Burton didn't slap the backboard.
The Burton pull-up jumper is good. He's got 12, and Maine coming with full court pressure.
Boy, when is a 9-point lead felt so shaky as this does right now for the Nets? Just barely hanging on.
Bryce Brown, an open lane to the rim, and he couldn't put it home. That was an easy layup for Bryce Brown. Couldn't knock it down. Clemens on the other end knocks down the three.
And you knew that was going to go in there from Clemens. Is that miss from Brown the window that the Celtics need to creep back into this game? Oh, it's a gimme for Bryce Brown.
Wayne Blackshear dribbling it up court by himself. He'll take it all the way. Dishes off to Woodbury at the rim. Count it.
There's your goaltend.
It went in anyway. No foul. Just to count the bucket there for Adam Woodbury. Back to an 8-point lead. Now Deontay Burton on the other end is fouled, and that'll be the 6th on Woodbury. But it is his 6th. Woodbury done for the night as Burton makes the first.
Well, if that's the case, that should have been communicated better.
Sure. Go for that foul if he knew he had 5, as Burton makes them both. Comes in for Crawford. Able to get it to Craig Randall. Trap is coming from the Celtics. Randall spins through it, and he draws a foul on Chris Clemens. Crawford in for Randall. Double team comes. Gets it to Crawford. Skip past Brown. Now Randall working left. Craig Randall, 5 to shoot. Out to Brown. Open look at a 3.
There you go. Bryce Brown is out for personal reasons, so associate coach Alex Barlow drawing up the plays here for Maine.
Hauser, a corner 3, fading away, doesn't go. Crawford has it. Dribbles around Clemens. And now Chris Clemens gives the foul.
Crawford up to 21 points. Bryce Brown with 21. Craig Randall leading all scorers with those 34 as Crawford misses the first free.
Makes the second. Timeout, Alex Barlow.
From the Nets, and I think this coaching staff, when we talk to them after the game, proud is going to be the word that comes to mind for them. I'm sure of it.
Demers turns it over, a backcourt violation. And yet they've continued to make plays here down the stretch. Randall, Crawford, Brown. Blackshear has made a couple of key shots. Zana and Woodbury on the glass. All 6 of these guys that were available have contributed. And the Nets thought they had their best win of the year on Wednesday over Wisconsin. This has been their best win of the year by far. Craig Randall getting the crowd fired up. He'll take the final shot clock violation here. The best crowd of the year at the Coliseum and the best win of the year for the Celtics. And that will do it. Your final score, Long Island 118, Maine 108.